So now, y'all, Robbie Harvey did a video, so let's jump into that one. Let's check that one out. Too clever for you, thank you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on?
Oh, hail.
Welcome to tonight's show. Obviously, a very active
Wendy,
day in the John Paul Miller story and the Micah Miller story. And now just I'm stunned at what we're witnessing. You guys know I like to have fun. You guys know I like to.
By the way, y'all, this is Robbie Harvey. If you didn't already know that, and he's pinned down in the description, go follow his channel, subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Let's go.
Kind of joke around, but this was a very weird day, a stunning day. The national media is now really involved. I just got off the phone with Inside Edition as they're going to report on this story today. News Nation is on it, Court TV, everybody. For those of you just tuning in, or maybe you had a long day, you're just now settling in to catch up on the day's news. John Paul Miller arrested last night for allegedly assaulting a woman, a Justice for Micah protester.
Man, of all the people, too, you're going to go after one of the protesters? Man, you are crazy as hell for that. I mean, anybody, you're crazy as hell, but one of the protesters? Man, you're nuts. LJ, thank you so much. Too clever. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
Before we dive deeper into that, I want to get into, let's break down the last week. And I know a lot has happened over the last week. Last Friday, 6 days ago, FBI agents moved in on John Paul Miller and raided his home. They were there for over 5 hours. Now,
that is crazy as hell.
What were they looking for?
LJ,
we're told by sources that this is in relation to interstate interference in regards to Micah. Now, obviously, nobody's going to confirm whether it's in regards to Micah's death, but we are told that, and according to Fitz News, we are told that it has to do with Micah before her death, interstate domestic violence. I said interstate interference, interstate domestic violence.
Wow. Entertainment, educational purposes only.
Also, I'm sorry. It's just a weird day, guys. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We're really going to dive into
it all.
Two things. So this was Friday. And obviously the pressure is on for John Paul Miller. A stressful situation. Regina Ward, the attorney for Micah Miller, before her death and representing the family after her death, had this to say about the FBI raid.
Maybe a couple of months ago or so, I was actually served with a U.S. grand jury subpoena for all of my files.
Oh, see, there you go. LJ, thank you.
Materials and things that belong to Micah. So I knew firsthand at that point that it was actually serious. It wasn't just Robeson County saying, oh, you know, FBI came and did a parallel search. No, they were actually activating an investigation and was collecting the evidence, starting with me and witnesses and other potential victims and so forth. And of course, taking those next steps to execute a search warrant.
Yep.
There's a couple things that she says in there that confirms what we reported at the time of the raid in regards to Micah. Okay. Now, again, we've been unable to confirm in regards to Micah's death, but Micah is dead. So in my opinion, in regards to Micah, seems to suggest anything in regards to her death anything that in regards to any abuse, anything. It could be everything. We'll see.
Right?
And then
Hopefully.
also listen again. I wasn't planning on playing this again, but listen to this one more time. Listen to what she says.
Maybe a couple of months ago or so, I was actually served with a U.S. grand jury subpoena for all of my file materials and things that belong to Micah. So I knew firsthand at that point that it was actually serious. It wasn't just Robeson County saying, oh, FBI came and did a parallel search. No, they were actually activating an investigation and was collecting the evidence, starting with me and witnesses and other potential victims and so forth. And of course, taking those next steps to execute a search warrant.
Other potential victims.
Whoa.
I've been saying this is bigger than Micah. So it already seems that, according to Regina Ward, that other victims are involved. The FBI knows about them. According to Regina Ward, this is about Micah. And of course, we believe it's about financials. Let's see what else, Regina.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I'm going to restart it real quick. TikTok's acting crazy as hell. Give me just a few seconds, y'all. It'll be right back up.
I had to say.
This case and that search warrant was definitely about Micah, whether it was directly related to her, her untimely death. The thing that I'm saying is that with regard to that search warrant, it had Micah's name all over it because, but for Micah leaving behind journals and evidence and information that would lead a trail for the FBI to follow, they would have never knocked on his door ever to begin with. So is it directly related to Micah?
That's true, huh?
And her passing? Well, gosh, I certainly hope so to some degree. But I also say this, that don't forget, there have been plenty of people in the past where we never, got to arrest them for what we alleged that they had done. I always like to say, Al Capone didn't go to prison for murdering anyone. He went to prison for tax evasion.
So, and many questions about...
I think it's working. TikTok, can you guys see me now?
The journals? It seems Regina Ward here confirms that the journals are there. They have them. The FBI has them.
He's got to be like, you know what I mean? Like, just imagine, like, he's walking around just like, you know what I mean? Just wearing his testicles like a bow tie. Just that like feeling.
So after this raid, it was being reported that Solid Rock's final day was on Sunday. John Paul Miller, because he's not a man, he's not a pastor, he's not a leader.
Whoa.
Was not there to address the final service of his congregation. He was not there to address the people who have blindly stood by him. He was not there to give them that respect. He was not there to give them an explanation of the FBI. He was not there because pastors are leaders. Pastors take the flock through the storm. Pastors will go after the sheep that roam off on their own. Pastors are Christ followers, and they're willing to be at the front of the line through all of this. And John Paul Miller has spent the last 6 months trying to trying to convince those people that he is the victim. And now the FBI shows up.
Yeah, and it sounded like this. Me, 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 he, me, 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 he, me, 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 me. And then all his little people that are close to him were like, we understand you. We get it. Crazy as hell. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. A bunch of new people coming in. Come on over, y'all.
And John Paul.
Search the Mystery Project on YT. You want to watch this video with us too. Misty, thank you for the super chat too. Let's keep going.
Miller is a no-show for the people who stood by his side despite all the evidence that has come out since the passing of Micah Miller. Where was John Paul Miller?
With Susie at a damn deli, acting crazy as hell. Probably ordering something like stupid, something hard to make, something that the kid behind the counter was like, are you serious, bro? You want me to scoop the bread out and give you the shell of the damn bread? Man, you crazy as hell.
Susie trailing far behind him. And I bring this up again. Again, we're going to get to the arrest. I'm sending the timeline from Friday to late Wednesday night over the last 5 days. I bring this up again because for the first time in a long time, my heart hurt for Susie.
Right?
When the Daily Mail posted this picture. That is a woman, in my opinion, who is carrying the burdens of her decisions. This is how she walks behind John Paul Miller. This is how
that
she
does
follows
look pretty
him.
sad.
Her head down, hands together. Her children nowhere to be found.
Damn. He hits us with that dramatic ass voice too. He said, children nowhere to be found.
And after the FBI raid, and after the closure of Solid Rock Church, she follows behind John Paul like this.
Looking crazy as hell. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. My name's Patrick. You like true crime? I'm live every night. Might as well. We're talking about John Paul Miller, Micah Miller's husband, ex-husband, estranged husband, whatever you call it.
And the public and myself and others have not been too kind to Susie. And I'm going to be honest, it's probably warranted. She's made the bed that she is in, no pun intended. And
oh, I see what you did there.
These are the consequences of that bed. But Susie, if you need help, we can help you. No questions asked. I don't care what you know. I don't care what you've done. I don't care about any of that stuff. If you need help, we can help you. We will get you to the people you need to get to. Nobody, I don't care. Listen to me. Nobody will judge you. If you need help, we will help you. And you don't have to come to me. We have something that is being set up that I'm hoping to announce in this live.
Montreal, you scared the hell out of me. Sorry, the cat went crazy. Hit that follow button if you're new here, you guys.
For confirmation to give the thumbs up, we're having something set up for potential alleged victims of John Paul Miller a safe space for them to come forward. Listen to me. And Susie, this applies maybe to you or maybe to others. We're setting something up for potential alleged victims of John Paul Miller to come forward anonymously to get help.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't care. Listen to me. I don't care if you've signed an NDA. I don't care if you've been paid off. I've heard there's many women out there that have signed NDAs. I've heard there's many women out there that's been paid off. I don't care. You can come forward. Okay? You
Wow.
can come forward. You will stay anonymous. Nobody will know anything about your story. Nobody. We don't have to know your name.
Samantha, thank you for the super sticker.
There's something being set up to get you to the people you need to speak to. And if y'all need help, me getting you there, I will help you. I don't need to know your story. I don't need to see evidence. I don't need anything. If you need help, I will get you there. So hopefully I'll be able, by the end of this live, be able to announce those plans and the details. So if I don't get to it in this live, I'm sorry. But
Huncho's driving me crazy. Oh, sorry.
we are waiting for the thumbs up. I know some of you will disagree. But if that picture doesn't break your heart, I understand. But it broke mine.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, y'all. If you haven't seen it, it's Susie Skinner just like kind of walking with her kind of head down, holding her hands, you know, like. Celeste,
Then, moving
Well,
out day.
they think that's the one that people have speculated did for a long time.
Charles Randall, John Paul Miller, and others seen cleaning out the Church of Solid Rock Church. Information was really coming fast on this day. We had got reports that John Paul had called former members allegedly and told them to come get whatever they wanted. He was getting rid of stuff like that. We also got reports that the principal of the school that John Paul Miller was the owner of, in charge of, was reaching out to other people trying to find a place for the remaining students. We're being told that 5 students allegedly remain at Faith First Academy. This is big. This story
Who are those 5 kids? Like, what the hell is going on there?
is so big, so large. I forget that some people who are just getting involved in this case do not realize that this man has been accused by his ex-wife of inappropriate relationships with children. Some of you want me to say what it is because
that is crazy as hell.
I don't want my videos to be flagged. I don't want my videos to be, taken down. I say it that way. You know what it is. Allegedly from Allison Williams in court documents filed a few months ago. And she says she's got the names. And I have a feeling that the FBI has the names too. So we got word that Faith First was closing its doors,
Oh, hell.
that Solid Rock was closing its doors, and then quickly we're getting reports that John Paul was trying to sell the building. We've heard numbers between $2 to $3 million. And according to one source, he is not interested in including a realtor, a real estate agent.
He knows going to pay the closing costs and everything. Imagine trying to sell that church. You're just like, oh, hell, get it out. Let's clean it out.
Not long after this, yesterday, Tricia Ross came out to tell a reporter to stay off the property. And then here's the interaction.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Something property.
Okay, I just wanted to let
Yes,
you know.
ma'am.
Thank you.
I was trying to be careful about that. Something property.
Okay, thank you so
But
much.
we'd be going to jail for that. Well, yeah, I didn't. If I, yeah, no, I.
You're fine.
She was right. I mean,
just wanted to let you know.
yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I wonder if she's worried about the FBI.
She needs to be worried. You should be. Tricia, you wrote $350 benevolence checks.
I everything that I would do, not anything else.
Tricia, you know it was illegal. You know you did it.
Why didn't you help Micah?
Michael was very close.
I doubt that.
But why didn't you help her?
Why didn't you get
help
away
her?
from JP?
You help JP.
Make sure you take your stripper pole with you.
Oh, hell.
What'd she say?
You just said make sure you take your
You should have helped her.
She only does what she's told, and Micah was very close.
She
exotic dancing stick.
That's suspicious.
Exotic dancing stick.
So
Because you can't say the other stuff.
Tricia, confronted by protesters. Well, let me say this. She came out to them first. Tricia confronted by protesters. And Tricia saying that her and Michael were very close. I'm telling you, there may have been a time, but in the final months of her life, you were not. You are lying.
Ooh.
And if the mood is different in today's live, it's because it is. You were not close to Micah in the final months and weeks of her life. You knew exactly what John Paul was doing. You knew he was tracking her. You knew he was following her. And my question to you is, did you write the checks to have her followed? And I don't know if that's criminal or not. I don't know if the FBI is interested in that, but you should be ashamed of yourself. And you should carry the burden of guilt.
She said, I'm your private dancer, your dancer for money.
Whether Micah did it herself or not, you should be ashamed of yourself for assisting in harassing that woman. If you wrote the
Yo, Robbie Harvey's the video we're listening to.
checks to have her, you knew she was being followed. You knew she was. I've seen your text messages. If you wrote the checks to have her tracked and followed that ultimately led to her death, whether she did it herself or not, you should carry the guilt for the rest of your life. And some of you, I saw a comment yesterday that you're tired of Robbie preaching. Here you go. The X button at the top left hand, or hit the next button, or hit the unsubscribe button. But I'm upset about this stuff. And it's all because
Oh, hell, he said, man, just leave.
The public doesn't know all the details. Wait until you, and I don't know all the details. I only know what I know. I know it's more than you, but I can't imagine what the FBI has. I can't imagine what we're going to learn in the next several months, and it should upset you. And somebody needs to stand on the mountaintop and scream until something is done. And it infuriates me. The justification for tracking this woman, the lies we were told. I did it to prevent her from purchasing a weapon. We know that's not true.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest thing we heard.
We know that's not true. And so later yesterday afternoon, the altercation between John Paul Miller and a Justice for Micah protester takes place. Take a look.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on?
Oh, did he slap her right there?
JP just touched that. JP just touched that girl. Oh my God, y'all. What the f?
Yeah, this is why he was arrested, y'all.
Whoa. He just touched her. There's John Paul Miller. He's recording us. There he goes. Look at him.
He hit her.
Look at him.
With that.
Wow.
He hit her hat bill with his phone twice.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah.
He touched.
That's assault. Oh, here's the. Oh, is that it right there? Hold on, we missed it again. By the way, y'all, the Mystery Project. I know on TikTok it won't let me show you. You got to come over to the Mystery Project on YT. Just search the Mystery Project on YT. I can't even say that name without them getting mad as hell. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, he like tapped her, the bill of her hat. I saw that.
Don't you touch me! You touch me! Don't touch me!
You're cracking, JP.
Man, you know what else is driving me crazy? That dude said he weighs 160 pounds on the arrest thing right here. JP.
How dare you?
Come on. Come on.
The FBI's coming. We told you. Oh.
I want to be very clear on all of this. No one should intentionally provoke John Paul Miller. You should not follow him. You should not harass him. I'm not saying these ladies did that. I know some people have tried. You should not stalk him at his home. I've said that on my Facebook posts in the past. You cannot do that to this man, because if we knew at some point, once the FBI was moving in, he was going to become dangerous. And for those of you trying to say you don't see it, you don't see where the assault happened, let's go back and look. This woman is standing next to her car. He charges at her. That is enough for me. If I
Oh, hell, I didn't know that. That was her car right there that she was standing next to? Okay, that makes some sense. Okay, and so he comes up to her, phone in hand, hits the cap of her hat. Man, you crazy as hell for that one.
I see a man charging at my wife like this, it is going to be a bad day for that.
Dude, you come charging at me or anybody that I love, or even somebody that like I'm like, oh, they probably can't protect themselves. You charge at anybody like that, that's game over. Like, you just met Jesus. I'm gonna be like,
How dare you?
He needs some milk.
you crazy as hell think you're gonna run up on somebody like that.
That man. We live in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Stand your ground, state.
He is charging at her.
You lucky you didn't get.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. What's going on?
Listen to what he says.
Oh, yeah. See him come from around the car? Y'all, the Mystery Project on YT, come check this out. I didn't see this.
Uh-oh.
In her face like
y'all.
that,
What's going on?
done.
You can hear him say, what'd you say?
He could have.
What'd you say?
Or she could have just handled him.
I want people to look at this image. Forget this moment, this one moment. Because if you hate preaching, you better.
Man, he's just like, he's
back
falling
out.
apart.
Look at this moment.
Like he's already unraveled, right? Like he's already just like, unhinged bananas crazy.
Unhinged bananas crazy.
But like once you start pulling that thread, like where does it end? You know what I mean? Like what happens next? Like what happens when like all hope is gone? You're just like crying on lawns again and stuff. You know what I mean? This is crazy. This is crazy.
This is a woman he doesn't know, other than she's a protester. And we know how much he hates protesters. Now I want you to understand something. We see his anger in this clip. Look at that. He's
right. Look at that. Oh, damn, he came jogging over there.
Snaps. He charges at a woman and gets in her face. Whether he touched her or not, it's alleged. We don't know. I can't tell. Now imagine he finding out that Micah is done. Imagine he finding out that Micah is finally leaving for good this time. Imagine he finding out that Micah was with another man on March 11th.
Oh, hey, yo. I mean, you crazy. LJ, thank you so much.
Imagine his reaction when Micah kissed that man. Thank God.
We heard that phone call. Wasn't that phone call real?
That was her last kiss. Thank God he was not her last kiss. Imagine he finding out that Micah reported the church to the IRS. Imagine he finding out that Micah filed a protection order request. Imagine he finding out that Micah filed and was ready to leave.
Mm.
Can you imagine the breaking point of this man? We have seen it now with complete strangers. All that Micah knew, everything she knew. And now she's leaving. And now she's telling him, quote, unquote, walk away.
In that one video. Just walk away.
Car. He took her possessions. He did everything he could to punish her. He posted topless photos of his wife because he was angry.
Yeah, you crazy.
Imagine the moment he found out that Micah filed a restraining order. Imagine that moment.
Whoa.
Imagine the moment when she uploaded these videos, finally speaking publicly to people that the head of the church, her husband, this pastor, was abusing her, was allegedly forcing her to do recreational drugs, was abusing her physically, mentally, all from the words of Micah. For the first time, she spoke publicly about it. For the first time, she got brave enough to come out against her husband after years and years of alleged abuse. Imagine his reaction.
So you don't have to stay in a abusive relationship, whether that's sexual, whether that's somebody forcing you to take illegal drugs, or alcohol abuse, or physical abuse.
Dang, entertainment and educational purposes only.
Psychological abuse, making you think that this is all your fault, or you're a bad mom, or you're a bad wife, or you're a bad husband, or you're not giving it your all when you know you are. God hates divorce, but why? According to everybody I've asked and the scriptures that I've found, it's because it hurts people. But does abuse hurt people? How do you think God feels about that?
Imagine the words from Micah when she tells her friends and family, if I end up dead, he did it.
Right?
She's dead.
I mean,
Then late last night, John Paul Miller was arrested. Here's what's really weird about this. Miller, if you look at it, was arrested late last night. So I'm finding it odd. And I've been told by reports, I think it's on the on the report, 2300. So at 11 o'clock at night, he was arrested. Now, I want to clear something up. There was reports of an alleged assaulting a police officer. There is nothing to back that up.
What the hell? He got mad at the police officer for recording him with his body cam?
How dare you?
Is that true? Did he get mad? That is crazy as hell if he already did that. If he did that, you are crazy.
Reports came from reliable sources. We're not quite sure why they reported that. There's no more answers coming from officials, but there's nothing to back up of an alleged assault of a police officer. So unless something else comes out, I don't believe that happened.
Right? Yeah, he's spiraling, right?
But this arrest happened late at night, and I don't get it. It's really weird.
Well, they knew home probably.
The alleged assault happened in the afternoon, and then they arrest him 11 o'clock at night. I don't know. Allegedly.
Kim, right?
Now, the biggest atrocity about all of this, look at this man. And this is the proof that Myrtle Beach police, and it's, I'm joking a little bit here, but I'm being serious about this. Myrtle Beach police, Robeson County Sheriff's Department, everybody involved, they don't care about details. This man is not 160 pounds. He's not.
How dare you?
See? That's what we were all thinking. We saw 160 and we were like, why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop trucking lying.
But that is what he is listed as. I don't care. He is not 160 pounds. My opinion, looks to me 230, 240. 6'2".
Damn, Robbie. Robbie dropped the 240 on him.
I'm just saying, 160.
Man, you crazy as hell. I'm 6'1" and I weigh 190.
And it's little details like that have been ignored for the past 7 years that is turning out to matter. And many of you are watching this and saying, Robbie, it's just a little thing. It's just a small thing. Yeah, I agree. That's the frustrating part. These little things have turned out to matter. For example, when filing for his nonprofit, it says that you have to have a board of a church, and there's nobody listed. With the state of South Carolina, how was he able to get away with this? According to Fitz News, you have to have a board if you have a church, and nobody is listed. It's
probably because they all got bored of him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully you liked the video for that one. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YT. TikTok, go ahead, hit that follow button. Tap the screen like crazy. Thank you for the hearts. We need 8 more. Make sure you hit the follow button, though. Let's keep going.
Little details that are coming out now that matter. Now, jokingly, 160, John Paul, come on. Stop it.
I need that as a sound effect. Yo, I'm going to put that on my soundboard. Just Robbie Harvey going, stop it.
Stop it. That's absurd.
Oh, God.
I mean, my wife, she gives
be careful, Robbie.
herself 5 pounds.
Oh, God. I was about to say, don't. Robbie, hold your tongue. Don't be like, I know what 160 looks like.
No, y'all don't tell her. How many pounds do y'all give yourself when you tell somebody? Watch the comment section. 160. Crazy. At least put 200.
That's his damn legs. That looks like them damn legs with those Ed Hardy jeans.
You put 200, I'll be like, okay, we can get away with that.
You got 30 pounds of damn stitch work on the ass.
160?
Man, you crazy as hell for that.
Stop it. Look, I'm sorry for there. 160. Anyways.
Anyways.
And then after his bond hearing, we had the live stream. There was no audio to it. I really hate that. We couldn't hear what was being said. Russell Long was there to represent him. But let's take a look at the walkout of the courthouse and jail.
Oh, I want to see this. The walkout, the walk of shame.
Earlier today.
Hit me with that walk of shame.
I love everybody.
Man, you are crazy as hell walking out of there with plaid cargo pants. Emotional damage. Plaid cargo pants? Oh, hell. What were you holding in there? Helium? To lift you up, you know?
Pretending to be on the phone.
Oh, hell.
Let's read this book.
Oh, somebody got a ring notification.
John Paul, your reactions today?
No. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
Oh, that was it? Man, he didn't feel like talking, huh?
Am I out of focus? My goodness. Come on, camera. Something work right today.
That's why you got to hit it with that manual zoom.
If you put my
that
hand
manual
close,
focus.
Am I out of focus? There we go. Let's back up a little. I'm more in focus if I back up.
Whoa.
My degree's in film and television, so I hate little stuff like that. So that's where we're at. My question is now this. Will the FBI consider this man dangerous? And will they move quicker? Will they work harder to get him behind bars? I want to be very clear. Leave the man alone. We need to let the FBI go at the timeline they want to go. So if he becomes more dangerous, the FBI may move faster than they want to, and we don't want that. It's difficult to be patient, and I know a lot of you are commenting. I'm sorry, guys. I've got a new system going here, so I'm trying my best. I'm trying to figure out a way to read comments while this is happening.
A little patience.
I'll get to that. I believe we're
Haley.
seeing the real John Paul. And I don't want anyone hurt. Do the right thing, y'all. Stay away from this man. I truly believe he is dangerous. And he knows what is out there. The problem is he doesn't know who has talked. Some of you have seen some witnesses publicly.
Oh, hell.
But trust me, there's a lot more. And you will see them eventually. But there's a lot more. And that's what's driving John Paul crazy. He can't remember what lie he has spoken. And he can't remember who he told it to. And he doesn't know who Micah told the truth to.
Ooh.
And we know John Paul tries to create a narrative if he can figure out what the opposing story is. But when he doesn't know who it is, or what they're saying, or what they know, or what they have, or what they've seen, then he can't
Bethany, right?
figure out how to get out of it. And that's driving him crazy. So please, stay away from him. I truly believe he's dangerous. I had a whole different live planned, but obviously the news changed. Y'all know the philosophy, even on a bad, down live like this, we show a feel-good clip of the day. Now, this one, imagine your favorite pastor showing up to give you the gospel.
Excuse me. See any ducks? Have you seen any ducks in this area?
Let me ask you about your insurance.
Sir, do you have a few minutes to learn about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
Don't run from the Lord!
He hit us with the dang meme at the end. Oh, Lord have mercy, y'all. That's all I got for tonight. YouTube, thanks for being here. I love you guys. Go watch some ghost hunting stuff. It's going to kick you over to the haunted side on YouTube. That's my other channel. That's the paranormal investigation stuff, y'all. Go like that video. Subscribe on the way out, y'all. Go enjoy some